Synovum Care. Your life, your way. Small scale living.
Synovum Care Group's an aged care provider, and we've recently at our Wynyard Care Centre in Tasmania implemented what's called small scale living. It's relationship based care provided in small houses. So we have around 6 to 7 people living together in a small house, just like you would in any community. And that house is fully functional. In the houses, we look at the values base of that person. It doesn't matter what their diagnosis is. We're able to meet those complexities for their care and support services within a house.
All right, I'm going into the English house, so if you'd like to come with me, just see who's awake. We always lock because it's not our house. Good morning, Morris.
Come out for breakfast and I can still have what I've always had for many years for my breakfast.
There are no set meal times, and breakfast is made for each resident whenever each resident wakes up and starts their day. Since commencing, we have seen an improvement in appetite because residents now have the choice to eat what they feel like and not based on a set menu. Residents that are used to traditional nursing homes would most likely be woken daily at 6 a.m. for pain medications or a shower before breakfast. And from there, the day starts. Residents like Loris thrive on their own daily routine and take much enjoyment in the small things they would have done in their normal daily life. No bedtimes are enforced either. Residents can retire to bed when they feel like it. Gay, unlike Loris, gets up any time between 7 and 8 a.m. She often has breakfast and returns to bed. Sometimes Gay also likes to stay in her pyjamas until mid-afternoon. Resident appetites are also improving due to their involvement in the process, so all menus are set by the residents on a fortnightly basis. Residents assist to a degree that they can and want to be involved in the shopping, packing away of food, preparation of meals, setting and clearing the tables, and doing the washing up.
When I worked in aged care, it was traditional aged care where everything was task and time orientated, where you'd come to work and people were brought out of bed to have showers before breakfast and tablets and things like that. Whereas here, the residents are given their own choice of what they want to do. Whatever they want is how they lived their life in their own home, and we try and replicate that here. They appreciate it. It gives them a sense of still being a person rather than just one of many. By working just with small scale, you just stick with 7 residents. You spend a lot of time one-on-one with them, which ordinarily you wouldn't do in the larger scale nursing because there are so many residents in there. So just by knowing them and getting to know their behaviours and mannerisms, you can pick up things that just don't seem quite right and actually take that further and find out if something's medically wrong or not.
Some residents will also assist in laundry, again to the degree that the resident can and wants to be involved. Vina is very helpful with the laundry, and as too is Margaret, but today Margaret preferred to entertain the other residents with her amazing keyboard skills. Often a person living in a traditional aged care centre can feel high levels of stress and anxiety when they are uncertain of what's going on around them.
Dad was previously in a shared facility, and since he's moved into this new section, he's settled much better. It's a more homely environment for him, and yeah, just more room for him to treat it more. He thinks it's his home, and we treat it like it is our home, and it's, you know, it's easy to come and go, and he thinks it is his house and he wants Mum to come and move in, which is, yeah, and she can come and if she wants to come and spend a night, and you know that she's more than welcome, and yeah, it's been great. It's not an easy journey at all, but yeah, it's hopefully now we're getting there. It's the progression's, yeah, going to be much better for him and us.
One of the most important things I do is be there for somebody, be their friend, be their companion, be there to talk to them. But the best part about being a house companion is that I leave home to just come into another home. When I get here, I feel like I am part of the home with the residents and with my teammates, which is really great. Once they decide to get up, we'll help them with anything they need help with, whether it's having a shower or just getting dressed for the day. Then they'll come out to breakfast, and they all have their own likes and dislikes for breakfast. My biggest learning point has definitely been patience, learning to be very patient. This model of care that I've come into, the house belongs to the residents who live here, not us, even though we're a big part of it. So that if they need to take time doing anything during their day, it's patience. You just have to be patient. You need to find out who they are, what their backgrounds are, what they like to do, what they don't like to do. So taking that time every day and realising that it's a huge part of the job to actually sit down on the couch, have a cup of tea with the residents and talk to them, just like you would talk to anyone. You're doing your job if you are doing that. You know, it's a really important part. And then family as well. Obviously getting to know the family well, because then through getting to know the family, you get to know who your residents are. Seeing what they're capable of, seeing what they can do for themselves. That's another huge thing that I've learnt. There's a fine line between caring for somebody and taking away their independence.
Since my mother moved into this smaller living style, prior to that I was full-time carer for my mother, and I needed a break, so I put Mum into respite. And from her own home and respite, we had a lot of trouble getting Mum back into the house. And we found this facility here and put Mum into this facility, and coming back from a doctor's visit, she wanted to know, could she go home? And it was so pleasing to know that she actually called this place home. The staff are fantastic. The staff are also fantastic in respite, but in this smaller living, Mum felt like that she's actually home. You know, she does chores in the house, and she's just a different person. Prior to my mother coming into the facility, it was very, very emotional on all the family. But since Mum's been in the home, Mum's a lot happier and the whole family is a lot happier, and we can take Mum out of the facility and bring back, because Mum's so excited to get back home.
Our house companions typically come in at about 7:30 in the morning. If no one in the house is awake, you know, they don't go in and wake somebody up. They wait for people to naturally wake up and then require their services. And the same thing at night. They leave around 10:15, 10:30 at night and hand over to the night team in the centre, and there is no intervention unless we can see on the TV monitoring system that somebody actually requires some assistance, or their call bell goes off and they're asking for assistance.
And it's more personal, it's more family, and when we come to visit Mum, they're like family to us, and it's just, coming to this facility is just like knocking on the front door of your mother's house.
Synovumcare.com.au